sees them, and they seem to be carting the body of HK-47 with them, limp and with bits of himself destroyed and ripped off. I would assume that you would follow and maybe run to them in sadness for your friend's maybe death. As it turns out, yes, he's dead. He's been killed. Right. So then they return him and his body, not to the manor actually, but to Kelly Parker. Kelly Parker, the patron, patron really, the shop manager of Complex Curiosos, which is in the market district there. It's the first magic shop this town has seen in a very long time. Going inside there, they lay HK-47 on the table. Skirn tells Kelly all about what's happened. Kelly berates Skirn for not knowing that this is indeed a warforged and not a coat rack. And then Kelly puts everything back together as best he can from the small book he has on Hafix, which actually does detail a bit of the info about warforged. Then Anna...
He used a screwdriver. What's a screw?
Yeah, he actually used a screwdriver. Then Anna sends out to her god a petition for the return of HK's soul. HK returns and awakens. They're in a room with Skirn, Ode, Anna, and Nulia. Skirn, however, immediately turns on heel and walks straight out the door.
I guess the coat rack coming to life is the versa. Thank you, Anna.
Really try to stop dying.
Anna has collapsed to the floor right now in the exhaustion from bringing someone back.
Catch her.
You catch her. Okay. You catch her and lay her gently somewhere.
Yeah.
She's unconscious.
You're right, I don't want to. I just want to make sure she's not there again.
Okay.
I don't
Perfect.
know if that would hurt Anna considering she's not. I just don't want to make her hit her head.
That's legit. That's legit. So she is unconscious. So there's the three of you.
I aid you.
He aids
Oh,
you.
okay.
I help you.
Oh, I was like, what?
A man walks into Kelly's establishment, starts looking around.
Oh wait, did we decide to keep you on the parole then? Is that what happened? Yeah, they actually went through with that plan?
Yep.
They're not going to kill you?
Yes.
Oh good.
Yes.
Welcome to the party.
For the time being. Based apparently upon my behavior and your acceptance of my behavior, I will continue to live.
Wonderful.
What instrument do you play?
Lute.
Lute. Okay.
A gwitter. A
Right.
small guitar. I look towards the man who just walked in. Does he look curious or dangerous?
Curious.
Is he curious?
Curious. Es muy curioso.
Muy.
Muy curioso.
Are you kissing people? What is happening?
So he has entered. He has a violin on his back and a string along with, or a bow along with it.
I don't play my violin with a string.
So you should play his violin with his bow string.
An actual bow, like a short bow.
I pull my lute out, but I notice, okay, he's a musician, so it would seem, unless he just killed a musician and happens to be just carrying his newly found reward.
He's not really looking at you. He's
Thunder.
just sort of looking at the walls of this place, and
Yeah.
he's turned to one wall and is looking at the various things on the wall.
So I pull it out, and in this, what I would think of as a very dark, sad, somber, and maybe even slightly disturbing tone, I begin to play. It's not for him, it's for Anna.
You know that we don't have to play dirge. She's not actually dead anymore.
Neither am I. Thank you very much.
Right. But this is for Anna.
And Anna's not dead either.
That's not the point.
What is the point?
You use your mouth way too many times.
Julie.
It's okay. Enjoy the music. my lovely. So I begin to play. Mostly without even the notion that she spoke.
Alright, so as you're playing, he turns around and looks at you and sort of scoffs.
Don't even notice. Because either eyes are closed or I'm staring into Anna's face.
Alright. He walks over toward you. What's that?
Look at him. I'm paying attention.
He doesn't even look at you.
Okay, that's
He's
fine.
looking straight at Nulian. Walks over toward him and is sort of like waltzing over that way and then just sort of looking around at the stuff in Kelly's shop nearby. He leans close to your ear, so close that you can feel his breath on the side of your head.
Mm. As I continue to play, I look towards him. Hey.
He says,
Continue.
"You won't get very far in your career if you always give away the goods for free." And then he slaps you on the ass and he walks. No joke, that's what he does. He slaps you on the ass and walks.
It looks like you have a suitor. He shakes his head.
I continue to play. My smile grows just as many other things begin to grow. You can see the ruffles in my shirt kind of lift up a little bit as my THOs are trying to bust through.
Okay.
And I just leveled up.
Nice.
I would assume.
Nice.
But I say, no, I don't speak.
You don't speak.
Just
It's better if
smile.
you don't speak.
Yes. I know my place.
Alright. So, we'll wait for Anna to come by so that she can wake up. So that's what happened so far. So, HK's here.
Yeah.
Awake, alive.
Oh, definitely. We are happy and awake and alive.
Where did you get your book on haptics that like details how to make a warforged?
Why?
Insight check. Insight check. Computing.
Because I greatly enjoy information on haptics, and I was wondering when I could get them.
Well, this book is quite rare. I don't really like to talk about my
You're at a
sources.
19 on insight.
He's definitely, he's not lying. It's rare and he does not like to talk about his sources.
Why don't you want to talk about your sources?
My proprietor is a private man.
Okay, so.
Well then, I don't know why you ask.
The concern for us is that someone might be from Hapix coming to, or did not necessarily get away cleanly, as you would say. I was in the employment of the Hapix army for quite some time.
Aren't all the Warforged in the employment?
Technically, yes, but I would say special case.
If that's what you want to call it.
I did not live within a case. If that is confusing for you, I was a special case.
Yeah, I get it.
Oh, good.
I get it.
I'm glad.
Yeah, I get it. Well, I've not heard of anyone coming down here from Hafix, aside obviously from yourself. Having heard of you prior to this moment, I would still sort of continue with the same line of thinking. I have not heard of anyone coming down from Hafix.
That you're the person you obtained this book from. My eyebrows raising.
Is a very private person.
A very private person. How could he become not private? What would suit your fancy to not longer make this man private?
Harold, do you want me to any quotations?
I wink.
No.
One light goes off.
Okay.
I can't think of anything that would make him less of a private person aside from money. Money is his greatest desire. Money and unique treasures. Actually, I wouldn't necessarily say he likes money so much as he likes what money can get, but he likes significantly more than what money can get that which money can't get. Any treasures which are so amazingly valuable as to be effectively priceless.
So essentially, magic items. You say.
But magic, so I am here in a store of magical items. Not particularly powerful ones, mind you, but magical items nonetheless. Artifacts of various sorts would definitely get him out of hiding. Or an exorbitant amount of capital.
That's a bother. Skirt is missing. Oh well.
The walking artifact.
No. Yeah. Anyway.
Yes, I can't imagine anything other than an exorbitant amount of money or an artifact of some unique and valueless, priceless style being what gets him out of his hiding. However, I don't know why you really necessarily want to speak to him. He's not, he's interesting as far as I'm concerned, as he's my boss, but he's not all that impressive and important of a person.
But he obtained literature from Hafex, which is a very hard thing to do.
Well, I'm sure you could have obtained literature from Hafix, couldn't you?
I have no reason to.
But you could.
I could have. That was true.
Right, which raises the question
But-
of how he obtained literature from
The only way
Hafix.
I could have obtained it is had I physically taken it from Hafex. So how could he obtain it other than he either receiving it from someone from Hafex or he himself going to Hafex?
Yeah, it's one of those.
Right, that raises our question. We want to know how he gained the literature from Hafix, whether he got it in Hafix or from someone.
Also, what do I owe you for fixing me?
Oh, nothing. Simply the pleasure of working on such complex a piece of machinery was enough for me.
Are you sure?
Mm-hmm. I will take notes on it. I'll use the knowledge gained as payment.
Excellent. Well, I appreciate it. If you wish for no more notes, I have planned for making. Is he the same guy that? Is he the same guy that was making this armor for?
No. This is the guy that was in the prison. He was in the like vault, basically the
Skirn.
yeah that Skirn like killed. Cause Skirn like appeared in there. This dude like got up, picked up his he's like a portly gentleman. Got up and picked up his crossbow and shot at Skirn and hit him. And so Skirn freaked out and Eldritch blasted him to basically almost to death. And then I think that, what did they do? Oh, that's right, Skirn then teleported away and got you out of prison.
No,
It was Rill out of prison, right. And then came back and said, by the way, that dude who was in the vault did a really good job, you should give him a promotion. And he then actually quit basically that day because he was so intrigued by the concept of somebody teleporting
Oh, that's right.
in and out of where the hell he was.
You want to do something with magic.
Right, he asked, because he went and found Skirn and asked what would have happened if you had teleported into the wall nearby me.
Yeah.
And Skirn was like, I guess I would be shunted. And just that concept was so amazing to him, they decided to go off and learn about magic.
That's awesome.
And made a shop.
That's excellent.
Right.
What would he actually be as a character? Like, class-wise?
Well, so right now he's probably like one level of fighter, because, well, not even fighter, because NPCs don't have character class levels. So he's an adept right now, is what he would be. He's just he can do a few small spells here and there.
That's cool, but I like it how it's kind of like when you initially did characters when you first started. It was like there had to be like an event
Yeah.
that created you as a more than just an NPC, you know. And that feels like his moment with like being killed,
Right.
and then of course brought back to life and having interesting.
So what did you say?
I continue to say I just want to know how his boss got hold of information from Haptics that contains the ability to create or he fixed them.
I understand that you want to know this, but you have to understand as well that I'm not going to do that. In the end, no matter how much you ask, I'm not going to tell you.
Okay, fine. Can you answer me this? Did he also obtain information about Tiska?
I can't answer you.
You can't tell me if he has a book about Tiska.
You have a book about
If it comes up and I need to go get a book about Tiska, I'll let you know if I have one.
Oh, do I need to kill you?
Kill me.
I mean. Then we could bring it back to life.
Your Warforged
I
is
don't-
strange.
It doesn't work like. Yes.
Your Warforged is very strange.
It's because he's not technically a warforged. I mean,
Yeah, he is.
he is a warforged, but he
I am not
wasn't
the same.
always a warforged.
I am different.
What do you mean wasn't always a Warforged?
So, he and I fought in the battle against Tactics, Tiska, like, I don't know how many years, everyone keeps telling me 200, 240. I don't know. Now Tiska's in a giant bubble. I don't know. Anyway, he was on my squadron.
Wait, you don't know why Tiska's in a big bubble?
No, not really. I've asked, and Skirvin's like, sort of been like, how do you not know? And Anna's been like, I've been in there, and
That's all you want to know?
I want to know more about Tiska,
Alright,
yes.
tell me about him and then I'll tell you about that.
I can't get any information. Anyway, we were a squadron together, and we went to go fight against a couple of Warforged and a couple other things against Tactics, and the next thing I remember is him dying in my arms, and the rest of my squadron dying.
Looking like that?
No, looking like regular human sorcerer cleric thing.
Huh.
Where
Huh.
the fighter that I remember having a spear and a shield. And no magic to speak of.
So,
And then
at the end of the... Go ahead, please, continue.
that's the last thing I remember. And then after he died, I was suddenly in the middle of nowhere, outside of a giant bubble, in the place I used to call home, which was
So at the end of the Hafix-Tiskin War, both sides effectively lost in a way. The armies of Hafix were battered, to be sure, but were breaking through the defenses of the Tiskin Guard.
Mostly through death squads.
Yes, through death squads, which your friend here seems to know more about than the average Warforged. The death squads were highly trained specialist elite groups, which were able to get through the protection that Tiska's magic would allow them. So Hafix, you were fighting for Tiska, so you saw Hafix in their army, was technological for the most part. They used ballistae and catapults, but what's that?
No, yes, back then it was, but no Warforged.
They were Warforged. They were earlier significantly modeled than you, but there were Warforged. They were much simpler minded though. Warforged today have thought patterns in a much more complex way than Warforged back then did. They were just
yes, I figured.
just simple automatons.
Yes.
And the Havixian army used highly complex weaponry, things that were, they called it technology. So they used that. And in using that, they were able to get it close to Tiska, but when they did so, it would stop working because of Tiska's magic. These death squads that were used, these highly specialist, elite death squads, would go in with no technology whatsoever, simply extraordinarily powerful training. As such, they wouldn't be subject to the magical problem that Havix and Tiska had together. So as such, Tiska was about to fall. They were having some serious problems. They were on the verge of collapse. And so, I'm guessing, so you were from Tiska. Okay, so your Archmagi, the council that ruled Tiska, decided to, as a last-ditch effort, block all access in or out of Tiska through the prismatic bubble. It's actually a sphere, as it turns out, but nobody really knows that. It just goes into the ground. Anyway, that appeared, and right around that same time, Hafix went through a workers' rebellion of sorts, and their leader was overthrown. There was
The Warforged decided they wanted to more or less do less slaves because of
Right.
the patterns having been.
Right, that was always another big problem was the war between Hafix and Tisca wasn't just between magic and technology, although they had their differences because of that. It was actually about freedom. In Tisca, everyone was free. They had no reason to enslave anyone because everything was done by magic. Nobody needed to be a slave. Nobody needed slaves. People didn't even really need to do all that much physical effort because magic did basically everything for them. They were opulent to the nth degree. But in Hafix, it was not like that at all. Everything was only done by the sweat of one's brow, the breaking of one's back. And so in doing so...
Breaking of the slaves.
The breaking of the slaves, right. So the oligarchs, the technocrats, who were actually the most wealthy people there who had invented the most impressive things, would gather slaves and force them to do their bidding. And those slaves rose up and brought down the autarchs that were there, the technocrats that were there. And that was Hafix's downfall, and they've never really recovered fully as a nation. Although they do send out forays here and there, but they don't trade anymore. They don't have any good diplomatic ties to anyone else because they're still in the middle of yet another new civil war. They solved that last one for a while, but then there was the new problem, the Balurian Machination, which is basically all the old Warforged that weren't this new model went off to become their own army, and they were led by one who was effectively this newest model, although he was sort of the prototype of that. He led them in an effort to ensure that they would not be slaves either, because that's what Hafix wanted to do. They said, well, okay, well, fine, we'll get rid of the slave class. You can all just lay about and do as you wish. We'll use the Warforged, because they don't have thoughts. But then the new prototype decided that they also should not be slaves, they should also have freedom. So he led the Balurian Machination against the people of Hafix, and that's about all I know about that. I know that there are still humans who live there, they have some sort of empire of their own, although I don't know what it's called anymore, or what they do. I would assume that they still live. I have no idea what he's from.
I have not been there in 40 years, so I would know him.
So I have no idea which side he's from, if he's from the Balurian or the human people.
Or the more this human existence.
Right.
I was enacted during the times before the rebellion. But I was there for part of it.
Interesting.
I had the choice to stay early.
Interesting. All very interesting. Well, anyway, that's what I can tell you about that. Now, as to anything else about Tisca, can't say. But that's what you got.
And I could get you to tell me with gold. Or you could tell me
Well,
books.
I don't particularly have much of a care for all that much gold.
What I mean, the one who owns this shop.
Yes, my proprietor would be convinced to speak to you for an exorbitant fee or a unique item of some sort.
Is there anything he is looking to obtain?
I don't know, I haven't spoken with him in weeks.
No, I will come back and check with you and see if there's something he wishes to obtain.
Sure.
And we might just mention to you something that we find that you might enjoy.
I wriggle out one of the troll penises and just kind of hold it there as it flops from both ends.
Really, and
And I go, ah.
And you don't think that's what he's talking about, but thank
that's
you.
not
Oh.
That's what you might think it is, but it's not.
I put it back and go back to playing the guitar.
Alright, well. Is there anything else that you three rather strange and unique folks would like?
Smile.
Oh.
You see the corners of my mouth actually turn up a little bit, but like there's nothing there.
My talents consist mostly of oral skills. And I like to use my fingers from time to time too. As you can see, as I'm still playing.
I pick up Anna. It's like over. I pick her up and I hold her up. Okay, we'll leave it. You only made discuss this with you, but a slight aversion to century.
Is there anything in your expertise that might augment mine? Now, mind you, I am but a humble servant to these good people, these honorable people.
You don't have to call yourself a servant when Stern's not here. You're just another person.
I believe I must maintain that for myself.
You wish.
If I don't, I might forget my place, and
He
who knows?
starts speaking some words and moving his hand in a certain fashion. You see his hand starts to glow blue, and out from it comes a spectral version of his hand, which reaches out towards you and starts to finger the frets on your lute in a different way to change the tune a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And says, "Do you know this spell, the Mage Hand?"
I do not.
Well, I could teach it to you if you'd like. I'm sure you could find uses for it.
Ooh, a third appendage. I do believe I might.
So,
Giggity always leads to you.
At least something.
it's a cantrip. Let's see. Do you even have the ability to learn this spell?
Oh no, I'm not a mage. But although I've consumed them, 4 outside of my expertise spells of any level that I can do. But again, I've already used them.
Well, you know what? If you give me 50 gold, I will teach you this spell.
Nice. How much sorcerers?
Bargain.
Alright.
Right?
So, you give him 50 gold, and he sits down and writes down the words that are needed, draws out the basic idea of the somatic components that are needed. It's a relatively simple spell, so he teaches you Mage Hand. However, because of the fact that your class doesn't normally use it, you can use Mage Hand 3 times a day. So, as opposed to normal cantrip, which is infinite, you can use it 3 times.
I see.
That's true.
So he teaches you that. When you know Mage Hand, you can go fondle random people.
Nice.
Or it's going to mention.
Are there any other limitations compared to those who are naturally adept at handling mages?
I honestly don't know. I would guess not. It's a relatively simple spell. The spell itself should do exactly as it does for everyone else, just as it is not part of your ingrained knowledge, you won't be able to do it as often as a mage.
I appreciate your tutelage.
Yes.
I take Anna back to
I follow yours.
Okay. So you guys continue back and get to the fortress late on the 8th of Chima. It is quite snowy and very cold.
I'm not following.
Right, you're not cool.
I am.
So, you guys can decide to head to the tavern if you'd like to, because there was the stein. Skirin has given it to Nulian.
Oh. Take this too. What's his face?
So they can tell you about it.
Oh.
Like,
I don't actually know what there's shit in it.
And the word ram is written on the side of it. It is a ram stein.
Rah rah.
that's really bad. You should feel that.
Oh yeah. My lute on its own plays out. The mage hand does it. So that's 1 use per day. My own blooper reel.
So, does anyone want to tell her what the stein's all about?
Oh.
Well, I can tell you how we acquired it, unless Harold would prefer.
Oh, you know what?
to do
He
so.
actually would have given it to you. Well, he would have given it to Nulian because he thinks that you're a Korak. Nulian, you may want to give it to Harold as he's the one who was the whole reason you guys went and got this sign.
Richie's style?
Salts.
Salt. Well, I look up Richie's style. Salt. Yes. Salt.
Anyways.
I hold it out, kind of showing it to Ode, and then but handing it over to Harold.
It was a favorite of Richie Stein.
Do you want me to carry that? Because
Oh.
I'm carrying Anna.
Like, I have no problem delivering it on him with, oh, well, sure, I guess. But
What's your strength?
It's like 17. Wow. Yeah.
That's
Maybe
freaking
more.
strong for a sorcerer.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
But I was contracted by Richie Stein, so it's no problem. He was missing his favorite mug because he thought he saw, well, he was on the beach and he saw what we now know as a hydra. He dropped his stein and it was eaten by the hydra supposedly. Is that right, Julian? I was quite incapacitated for quite some time there.
Yes, almost everything got consumed by Hydra in some way or another.
I had bits and bolts missing, I'm sure. But yes, he wanted us to find it, so we did, and killed a couple of beasts that were in the river, which hopefully will make for less missing.
We need to stop doing stuff with people at 50 hours.
I concur. This is getting way too dangerous. My parts cannot take it no longer.
Right. Well,
That was a
we
double
can
negative.
take the
This is
stuff
weird.
back
Why
to
are these things happening to me? Anyways, we should go return this to Buzz's bucket and get
Yes.
his money.
We shall.
What is bucket?
What is bucket?
Then we can just stop doing odd jobs
Yes,
with people
I
at 50 hours.
agree. I think
All right, so it is quite late, which is the perfect time to go to the tavern. So you head off to the Laughing Pegasus, which you
Can
guys.
let me in?
Yes, if you go with them.
yes,
Yeah.
I will make sure you get in. They remember me.
I don't think
Oh, thank you.
It's not just that
It's
one
so
door.
special.
Yeah, it's one door with the high rain on the outside, so that it's quiet. Door opens, whoosh, you hear the rain,
That was
close.
such a long creak. Did they go like?
it's a really big door.
And then if only I could do
I-
the
I-
wind
I
one at
slow
the same
process.
time.
Before we go there, I take it back to
But I guess you could imagine 1, 2,
I wait
3,
outside
the
4
tavern.
people walking in.
I put Anna in her room before I go back to the where we went
Okay.
to the bar.
And let Sir Mac know that you guys are heading
Yes,
off.
and I let Sir Mac know that she's exhausted and he needs to tend to her.
Yes, thank you, Sir Harold.
Hey, you!
Please.
Leave your axe at the door.
No, Harold is fine, thank you.
All right. Good. So you drop Anna off in her room. The servants are milling about, cleaning things, making sure things look nice. They have actually gone to cleaning up your room, and they've replaced the furniture in there and made it actually a much better place. Sir Mac was,
Oh,
to be honest, Sir Mac was kind of trolling you.
and Sir Mac,
Son of a bitch.
would you be willing to put a bed in my room? It doesn't have to be terribly comfy, but would you put a bed in my room?
You?
Yes.
Sure.
I've been sitting while I rest for the last 40 years. I think that well, actually, last 150. I would actually like to lay down for once.
All right.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
So
To the bar!
Sir Mac goes about his duties.
To the bar.
So the three of you head off to the Laughing Pegasus. And upon arrival, you two are totally obviously let in right away. You may say something to the passage above. Oh, you're allowed here.
He is with us.
Wait now.
Well, but why? Why can't this wonderful creature, just as wonderful as I, come into your establishment?
Because Juliet totally didn't tell her. Because
Who's Juliet?
she's a barmaid. She works here.
We saved her from the great.
Oh, yes. The woman who hired us to retrieve her dead husband from the woods. Oh, I'm sorry. Was I not supposed to say
I
that?
think you're okay.
Okay.
Wait.
Well,
No,
I don't
you've ruined everything.
Is that the
Juliet
same
would
person?
do.
That's not the same person.
What?
Juliet's
Oh, yeah, she is the whore who was out
No,
there.
Let's
stop.
stop.
The man.
Stop.
Wait, what? No?
No.
We do not speak of such
I'm pretty sure she was out there fornicating.
No.
No, they were doing poetry.
Aha.
What did I do?
Slam.
Ah.
Well,
Oh, there you
she is indebted to us in several ways.
Well, I'll tell you what.
Not only did we
As
save her
interesting as
life,
that all is, not that I care, but as interesting as that all is, I can't let her in right now. But if you two go in and talk to Juliet, who's working, maybe she'll say she can come in.
Juliet!
Alright, Juliet. Juliet walks over there. What?
Please, tell your friend here, the doorman, that Ode can come into this establishment.
She's with us.
Francis, she's fine. So then Juliet walks back.
I appreciate it.
Alright. She's good.
All right.
She's good.
But remember, if you bring anyone else, they gotta pay.
I will.
It's 100 gold per month.
100 gold per month.
It's
Very
alright,
costly.
we've got the weirdest people in town already. I'm the blue person, so that makes it fair. Okay, go ahead. Thanks.
Yeah. Go on.
Alright, that's alright.
Alright, so heading into the bar, you see the same sort of riffraff you saw last night.
You need noble riffraff.
No riffraff, yeah. To you guys, they're probably riffraff though.
Oh, yeah. We probably could afford to go this far every month, but
I'm saving money so that I can buy new armor.
yeah, I know, right?
I only need so good. Wonderful.
Do I see Richie?
You don't.
I go to the bartender. Bartender. What is your name? I have forgotten.
Well, look who it is. Better copper and no magic.
What do you say?
That may not have been applicable.
I
don't know.
Copper and no magic or something like that.
All I heard was no magic and I don't know.
I think something cost a copper.
Nothing costs a copper. If the bartender spits on the table and lets you wipe it up, that might cost a copper. Leon Burley.
Leon. Is Richie Salts around?
Is Richie Salts around?
Yes.
You're looking for Richie Salts?
Yes.
No. He's not just around.
Is he here? Is he there? Is he anywhere?
I'm sure he's somewhere, yeah. Did you want a drink?
No, I want Richie Salts.
People don't just walk in and ask for Richie Salts.
Why? He was here at the bar the last time I was here. I didn't have to ask for him.
Oh. You'll want to talk to... See that halfling over there? Playing cards with those three?
Probably too short for me to see. But where is he?
Well, there's a table over there.
That's
There's a halfling playing cards with three men.
Why do I want to talk to them?
I go up to the table.
I follow.
As do I.
I'm still holding the stein.
I have it now.
Oh, you have it. I was at that, but you fucked up.
I have it connected to my backpack.
So you have the stein. So, okay, so once again, real quick in this bar, you've got nobody sitting up at the bar. Everyone, because this isn't a seedy bar, so people don't just like sit up at the bar. They go out on their tables.
It's like the out and about where most people end up on the dance floor.
Right. So it's kind of like that, but even more so, like continue that trend from seedy bar down and about, and continue it even farther
Yeah.
to where these are people in noble garb and high business outfits sitting down at tables talking about business deals that they'll be doing in
Right.
the distant future for large sums of gold. So, in this place, what's that?
No, I was just saying.
Okay. So you see four people sitting around a table. There's a halfling and three humans. You see an elf sitting off at another table with two other humans, one of which is fat, one of which is not all that fat, but one would call him skinny. And then around there's a few other nobles, some having dates, some sitting alone, some reading, which is something the average commoner doesn't really do very often. So it's an interesting bar in that regard.
Excuse me, I saved you nothing.
Can't you see I'm trying to win a great game here? This is a game of cards. It's very dangerous.
I will insert Marcy perception.
Okay.
I don't want to. Yes, 10. No.
So what you can see is that he's playing a game of cards. He's playing Three Dragon Ante, which you've seen before. His hoard is almost laughably small. He's not doing well. The three men who are over there are drinking like large gulps of ale once in a while, and sort of smugly staring over at his hoard, saying, "Hey, what do you got there? 20? That's cute." What if they have these big piles of a couple hundred? Okay, well, this is gonna be a good day. So, the man says, gentlemen, please excuse me. I have some business to attend to real quick. If you don't mind, I'm going to step real quick and talk to the people. I'll be right back in just a second. He stands up and walks over to you and says,
No,
What do you
he
want?
stands.
Right. he's sitting up, he stands up.
No, he stands.
Right.
Do you know where Rishi Salt is?
People don't just know where Rishi Souls is.
What does that even mean?
Could you please pass the Richie Salts?
That was funny. Oh, by the way,
I'm looking for
in this
a code,
bar,
if possible.
you see up in the corner where the like a bard would play, right? You see the same man you had seen before playing his violin, and once in a while he just delves into some quick fiddling and then slowly goes back. But he's playing a when he goes back into the slow like melodic style of his song, it's a representation or an emulation of what you were playing earlier.
Oh, okay.
So he's playing something kind of akin to that.
Oh, I see.
A little bit up, a little bit more upbeat, a little bit less dirge-like and sad, but certainly calm and flowing and chill is what he's playing right now. So that sort of thing.
Cool.
Anyway, he's what they're playing.
What do you mean? Just don't know where Rishi Salt is. Doesn't make any sense.
Tell you what, I can deal with it. I'm gonna deal with it. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do it. So if you three help me out, all I need to do is help me out win this game. All we need to do is win this game. Help me win this game, and I get all the money, at least as much money as I have before. Probably about double. I'd like to have double. If you can do that, then I will help you find Richie Salts. I know exactly where he is, but I won't tell you unless I win this game. So what I need you to do is stand on the other side of these people and then flash me what they have in their hands so that I can go and win the game. I think that's going to be the best way to do it. Go over there. Look at it. And even if these
I'm in.
you know thieves can't. You know thieves can't. Thieves can't. It's a very useful language.
I do not.
I have a spell which I could communicate to you mentally.
Can anybody else hear it?
No.
Will they know that it's happening?
I don't know unless
If
they're
they know
sorcerers
magic.
and magic.
These guys are way too simple to be sorcerers. They have no idea how that works.
I have to speak for the spell, but they would only know that. Well, I can speak quietly.
You can speak a different language.
Speak.
The languages you know.
Do you understand giant?
No, I'm very small.
Do you understand? I only have common giants. That's the thing about it.
Well, what were the work?
I can speak to a code. Do you have a code we can speak with?
Yes, but I can't teach it to you in this short amount of time. I really need you to just walk
Are you
over.
sure? You speak very quickly.
Do you speak very quickly? Yes, I suppose we could do that. How about this? So he goes ahead and details really quickly a simple representation of the different cards in the game as said in a different way. So like,
Purple dragon would be like fuchsia dragon or something that would be something off. But
or like fuchsia serpent, or
Fuchsia serpent,
some
yeah.
something different. Or if there's like a castle, it'd be called a keep or a tower or something like that. Just slightly different words that could be used in conversation with other people, but that also sort of connect with this game.
Oh, I have a good idea, actually. I can go over, and I'm going to play with that very striking gentleman over there. All the while, I'm going to pay attention to what's going on at the table. I have a few skills that I can use to disturb the thoughts of the men that you are playing against.
Why
At the
does-
same time, you could use the music to sing words that would give clues to each other as to what's going on in the game.
You could also just enhance his ability of playing the game. And not.
All of the above.
We don't want to mess with
Let's
Okay, then all of a sudden I'm going to sit down and you just kind of okay, bye.
Let's
So he
say
turns
all
and goes
cards
into
are on
the
the
next
table.
Oh,
Would you speak to me? I gesture you to stand like right in front of me, but I can see around you to see the cards and stuff.
All right, so he's
I walk over.
Can you just like
Perfect.
see the card's face on his shininess?
Like a mirror.
Well, so you
He's over there like buffing.
No, but I can see and I can use message, so that's what I do. 25 words I speak to.
Okay,
I
so
tell them their hands, and it's in the language, but I speak very quietly to Ode as if I'm speaking to Ode.
the violinist continues, and you see as the violinist is playing, there's a hat down at his feet that is filled with some gold. He continues to play as he looks over at you. He's just still playing, looking at you.
I don't speak at all, other than just to walk over and I nod to him with a little wink. I pull out my lute and I just fall right into place with what he's doing.
All right, he continues
And I
to
sit
play.
next to him, not next to him, but nearby,
Nearby.
off the bottom of the stage.
All right, perfect. He continues to play, and his song is enhanced by the addition of another instrument, and it sounds fantastic. The whole bar looks over once in a while and is intrigued, and there's people who stop in their business deals just to watch you two play. So,
And at the same time,
yes.
I cast confusion on the man with the largest pile.
Okay, okay.
The best one was I communicate to you via message.
Okay. Yeah, I'll be looking at your guys for guidance.
Perfect. Okay, so the man sits back down, or the halfling man sits back down and picks up his card and says, all right, what's this like? So he starts to play, and as he's playing, he's getting information from you. Roll me a perception check, get above a 10. Roll me an insight, get above a 15.
Yes!
Okay, so you were able to see the cards that this guy is playing, perception. You are also able to understand the game through your quick,
And his thieves can't? Maybe he was explaining to you.
well, he didn't explain you thieves can't per se, but yes, through his description of a coded message that you could use and your quick analysis of this game, you're able to get an idea of how it's played and the basics of what those cards mean. So you send him that info, and he stops, and like he's about to play something, he stops, here's your message, looks over the minute, smiles, plays your card, and wins that hand. So he starts to pull the money over to him. The men are like sort of shaking their heads a little bit, confused. What is happening? It's like they can't see quite right. They're looking into their drinks. Most of them set their drinks off to the side and sort of, hey, Juliet, take them away. So the drinks get taken away. So they, really getting into it now, continue to play. Roll me another perception, another insight.
19. 11 for insight.
All right, so you've forgotten a little bit of, you don't quite understand the hand that's being played right now. It's a more advanced part of the game than you're used to. But you do see what's happening, and so trusting in his ability to understand how the game is played, you're not giving him advice on how to play his hand, you're just letting him know what they have. He takes the info in, stops for a second, thinks about it, looks through his cards, plays another card, wins the hand again. He takes, and he's got basically one more good hand, and he pushes all in on this one. This is it, I'm done, I'm winning, I'm on a lucky streak. If you bastards want to play with me, you gotta put all in right now, this is it, this is the end.
No, I'm scared right now. Okay, so what am I rolling?
Perception? What'd you get?
I got it now.
Okay, so the men at this point have gone all in and started looking around. Looking around. They look back at you.
I'm directly in front of him speaking to him.
Okay. Okay. Roll me a
Deception.
Yeah, deception check.
You want me to?
Yeah, both of you roll a deception check.
Natural 20.
Okay, so I rolled a 9.
Yeah.
So he turns around and is like, what's happening? But his confusion causes him to not quite see what's happening. He is totally in a haze.
And I got a 20 for my insight to tell him how to play. Even though I got a
Okay.
20 for perception. Like I can really see something.
Okay, so he comes back in and is sort of guarding his cards close to his chest. You can't see his cards, but your insight lets you remember what his cards were last time and have a basic idea of what cards he could have drawn.
And because I'm studying him, I can kind of see his tells.
Right, you can see his tells, you see the other two's tells, you see, and you know what cards he had last time, and based on the math that you're able to quickly do in your head, you can sort of figure out what you think he might have just pulled and what they might have just pulled. You're counting cards effectively at this point with a 20. So you send it to him, and the halfling smiles, nods at them, says, all right, puts it down, and boom, all the money's his, takes it all, waves the hand, stands up, bows to them, puts it all in a sack, and walks back.
And at the end, so according to Confusion,
Okay.
each of those players would have to roll a d10 to find out
Oh,
how they.
so this is
And,
full-on, real-on confusion.
Yeah.
I got an 8 for the big guy.
Okay, so he is to make a melee attack against a randomly determined creature. If there's no creature within his reach, he does nothing this turn. But he's sitting at the
just
table.
lost.
So we got an 8. We've got a 6.
Doesn't make or take actions.
Okay. And then we've got a 3.
Same. Doesn't move or take actions.
Okay, so the big guy is sitting there looking angry at what just happened as the halfling puts all the money into the bag, gets up, and starts walking sort of over toward the bar like he's going to go take a drink real quick. The big man stands up as the other two are just sitting there dumbfounded like, he stands up, you idiot! Hits him right in the head. The guy drops to the ground.
While he's doing that, I like follow the halfling over.
Okay.
Me too.
The halfling
But not
is looking
nonchalant.
back and laughing at them and looking over at you and smiling and nodding and gives you a little quick salute.
Excellent.
He buys 4 drinks at the
Nice.
bar here.
All of a sudden, I bust into, you got to know where to hold 'em. Know where to fall. And then a fiddle just comes across and BAM! Hits me in the back of the head. You idiot! You're ruining it! I was almost there.
So who's at the bar now? So you're over still playing with the fiddle.
Yes, yes.
Okay. You're at the bar and you're at the bar. Okay. So the man reaches out his hand towards both of you at the same time, left and right. Shake hands.
I shake his hand.
Says, thanks so much. Bartle's Thick Fingers is the name. So glad that you were able to help me.
I'm sorry, what's your name?
Bartle's Thick Fingers. Anyway, so
Good to meet you. I'm Harold.
Harold. It's an interesting name. What's your name?
Odorless Moonlight.
You're just an azure, statuesque lady, aren't you? Look at you. You're just so tall and blue. Anyway, Bartle's Thick Fingers name. I can get you rich sauce if you like to.
Yes, we would like to.
Why do you want to do stuff?
We have to give him the sign.
Interesting. Yes, okay. Anyway, so I bought these 4 drinks here. I'm not sure if any of you drink. I'm gonna go ahead and finish one, and then I'm gonna walk away. You can follow me if you like, or you can take a drink. It's sort of up to you.
I drink with him and then walk with him.
All right.
I live with a drink. And I do have a sort of a stomach cavity, but it's only for like certain things. Oil and stuff. I censor it with my nostril sensors. And I sip it. Does it affect me adversely?
No, not a single sip. No.
Okay, I take a gulp and put it down.
Alright, anyway, so he like halflings are crazy. Like this should not be a thing. He sets it down, says, so good. Anyway, so we're gonna go see Richie's all the time if you don't mind. I'm just gonna pick up and go, so you gotta kinda follow me. I don't know if you're gonna get your drinks or what you want to do.
Harold, will you stay here with Millie and I'll go with him?
Alright.
I don't know that you want to do that. I'm pretty sure you really know how it
Never mind, you're gonna come with me.
Okay.
And I like
sounds
players
a
and
good
women,
idea.
and I'm like,
So you notice right at this time that the violinist has stopped, and you actually just noticed this. He stopped. He's slung his violin over his back, and he's actually going. He's actually sort of crouching down next to you, and he's whispering in his ear.
I'm like,
I make a heart shape. Hands, and
I kind of wave with my guitar. Go ahead. Get the fuck out.
The violinist puts his hands up under your armpits to sort of lift you up, have you not sit anymore. He whispers again. He says, "I told you you shouldn't be doing this for free. Now, since you haven't asked for money in the first place, I suppose I should just give you compensation after the fact." And he takes your hand
However
and
you'd
starts
like to pay me.
He takes your hand and starts to escort you away from the stage.
I follow.
All right, he takes you to a bedroom and has his beastie with you.
Slow down.
No, that's what happens.
Dirty details. Here we go.
They're very dirty, like extremely, because there's not really like great showers.
Like Callan dirty.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah. So that's your payment for playing at the bar. He's decided that you shouldn't be playing for free, so this is how he will compensate you.
COD.
Yeah.
Mm.
So you two follow Barpo's Stick Fingers, who walks you into the back of the bar, the tavern here. There's a large, thick, curtained area. He pulls aside the curtain, and there's just like this haze of smoke. It's very dark back here.
This is where Chris hangs out.
Right? It's a haze of smoke. It's very dark back here. There's a few candles, incense, stuff like that back here.
Chris is probably here.
Right. And continuing on back, he moves you into the significantly more private section of the bar. And going down a little hallway, off to the side, there's another set of curtains which he opens up and says, "Right here, please, if you don't mind, I should go ahead and sit down real quick. And I guess you won't have to smoke again. I don't know. Did you bring your drinks in here or not?
No.
Okay, so that's good. You know, everyone bring drinks in here because they know I can smoke. And then it tastes really weird. I didn't bring a drink in here, so I drink real quick. So anyway, sit down and we'll talk about yourself just real quick. I'll be right back. Okay.
I sit down.
So heading in and sitting down, it's an extremely dark area. Either of you have dark vision?
No.
Okay. So it's an extremely dark area, and you really can't see what's in here aside from the few small candles near the little like couch seat thing that you guys have been sort of shown toward. After a few minutes, you see Bartos come back in, and you can only really tell because. Oh, there.
Legit.
You.
Okay, so shields give you a +2 to AC, right?
Regular shields. You can get bigger ones. I think in 3.5 tower shields give you +4, but you have to be proficient in them.
All it says is shields in the book, so I don't know if it's
Yeah,
still
I don't think they have tower shields. They have a bigger shield in it, but it's different. I don't know what it is. Like, I saw it at one point, but I don't
I've
remember
got
what
a
it was.
shield, but I forgot to mark it anywhere.
There you go. What did Sirius remember that interchange? Mm-hmm. What do you have in the one shot?
Yeah,
That's
we're all
right.
athletes.
That's right, but he was more than an answer.
Yeah, my character was. She didn't talk much, but when she did talk, it was like just crazy.
Great.
She was crazy. Very chaotic.
Alright, so in a few moments, the curtain opens up just at the bottom section of it, which is kind of how you can tell it's Barpo's. There's just a little bit of light, but not from human head height. Yeah, it's just... So it opens up, and then it opens up significantly larger as 3 more men walk in, and one of them, through the like dim light you can see, has a big black eye.
Are any of them?
He walks in, and Barpos at this point takes his pouch of money and is throwing it up in the air and says, "Thanks so much for helping me out. That's so nice of you. Anyway, back to you, boss." Tosses it into the darkness, and you hear it as somebody catches it, and you see like a little cherry of like a pipe light up as he has taken, like you see one of the cherries of one of the like punks that's in here hit the pipe. He lights it up, and you see it like go on his face. It's Richie Salt's. He catches it, says, "Thanks, Marcos. Go ahead and have a seat."
I guess we get up from the seats.
No, you stay there. There's more seats on the side. It says, "Frick, Bray, Edison, you have seats too." Let's see.
Did you say Frick?
Yep.
Frick and Bray?
Frick, Bray, and Edison.
Frick sounds like the smart one.
You know what?
It wouldn't be Edison.
Oh! The one with the black eye is actually Edison. Bray is the big one.
Okay.
And Frick's the other guy.
The one with unplayed.
Okay.
So I sit down and say, we have obtained your stein. It was very costly. I lost my life. You get returned to me, of course, but that's
Really?
the title for it. Yeah.
Interesting. Barcos sits over near him and you hear him just like whispering stuff to him and says, "Yeah, these are the men that helped her. They escaped the thugs. She says they didn't kill Osmond and damn shame." He nods a little bit and says, "Thank you, Barcos." He hands him some money and says, "Dole these out to the men. To be fair, they won the game fair and square before you started cheating." And the other men sort of sit there and nod their heads. "Yeah, we did, didn't we? Yeah, sure." So, Lucy looks out at you three, or you two.
Two.
Says, "Well, there's, I've heard that your group is much larger than you two. Are you just the representatives of the
For
group
this
now?"
current quest, yes.
Yeah. Interesting.
Two. One of us is back at our home. We don't know where the other one is, and another one of us is still in the tavern.
Well,
So, one of the reasons...
Hopefully still in the tavern.
well.
Camera cuts away. Back.
Slapping each other. He's actually like Phil.
Yeah. Troll penises flying.
He strapped them to you. So, the reason that I've asked you to here, hopefully with the intent of sending info out to the rest of your group, is that I've heard of you guys asking about the land of Contier. No, I know. You were very subtle about it. You ensured that none of you asked about it. It was very good. But I have eyes and ears, significantly more so than any of those stewards of nature have. Those are half-elves are not particularly commonplace around here. It's fairly easy to figure out who's who. Not so with street urchins, humans, halflings, people who I connect with. So I've heard that you have asked about Contier. I was not lying when I said that I lost my stein out there in the river because I was beginning preparations for taking my boat off down the river. I'd like to get to the shore by hopefully late Chima, the shore of the ocean, to ensure that by the time spring rolls around, or he doesn't call it spring, he calls it Verda, because that's the season. By the time Verda rolls around, Mora, I'll be able to head out. I think, so I've been wanting to go just see the world again, something I used to do. But as the kind of man I am right now, I don't often do things just for the fun of it. So I figured, if we have a reason to go somewhere, all the better. Contier is certainly a place to go. It's interesting. It's definitely unique. It's mysterious. It's somewhere that I've always wanted to travel just to see it. And if you folks are asking about it, and you folks are adventurers, which you seem to be, there'd be two good reasons for me to bring you along. One, you're probably rich, and I like that. Two, you're strong, and I like that too. I need to make sure the boat's protected, I need to make sure I can get there, and I need to make sure that when I arrive at the port town of Jalor, any of the Jaran authorities don't stop us from leaving. And if there is some sort of altercation, I want to ensure that I have more than Barpos and these three thick-headed lugs to help me out.
How far away is Contier? Have you found like a location where Contier
Oh yes, we know where Contier is.
Okay.
It's the Great Maelstrom to the far east.
Mhm.
Far east.
How long would it take us to get there by boat?
Oh, months. Be a good journey though.
Weird. Oh, your boat is not very big.
I won't be taking the riverboat out on the ocean.
Okay.
Oh, I give you a stein.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. What is that?
What?
What is in it?
Neither of us actually know what it is. So this is
I
interesting.
look at the
He hands it
stein.
back to you and says,
That looks like hydra blood to me.
it's like the refuse remains of a hydra that exploded over it and its guts fell in.
It's healthy.
I have holes in my nose.
Skirin had specifically desired that it stay in there. Because he's fucking weird.
And I did not experience this because I was already down.
Um,
She's dead.
I don't know what these.
I believe it is hydra blood.
That's
Do you
disgusting.
enjoy hydra blood? I did not know that was in there. I apologize.
Okay, fair warning. If you want to try both us, one of our party members is insane. He's
Actually.
crazy. He does this kind of thing.
He
What?
makes stuffed animals.
He makes stuffed animals out of monsters. A walking, talking tiger creature? Let's turn that into a rug.
Huh. So, Richie whistles, and a woman walks in. He hands it to her and says, "Could you clean that? Thank you." He tosses her a silver. She walks up, hopefully to clean it. Says, "Anyway,
But we will tell our party about you wanting to hire us to go along with you to Frontier.
I'm not hiring you."
Well, no, but
Wait a second. So you hired me to pick up your stuff. You offer us a job, but not to pay us just for adventure. Is that payment? Your idea of payment?
Let's talk about this for a second. Why were you asking about Frontier?
we were asking about Frontier to get to a warlock who has been following our party around for I don't know how long, and to end a cult.
I thought it was a demon.
Warlock,
Devil.
demon, half-elf creature.
Enetheus.
Enetheus, thank you. The warm soul, the guy that was following and making the
He was warm and cuddly.
whatever. We were saying it because we heard from a good source that if we speak about Frontier, he would show up. So effectively, we could kill him, which we did, and that's the last we thought of Frontier until now.
So, Nulian, the man whose name you learn is Maurice. Maurice Lanchain. He finishes with you.
Oh. Oh. I wipe off my entire body.
He helps.
Maurice Monchain?
Lanchain.
Lawn-chain.
Long chain.
Lawn chains. Mm.
So, he helps wipe you off, and then escorts you out to the rest of the bar, finds Juliet and asks her where your party has gone. She gestures toward the back room, which he then sort of gestures towards above and says, "I believe that's where you'd like to go."
Thank you, Maurice. Thank you. Yes, I agree. Fewer words, better.
And he turns around and walks out.
I head off in the direction now. Well, the direction I want to go. What is the destination I would like to go? Do you know the destination?
You're talking to Maurice?
He's gone.
Oh, who are you talking to?
Whoever gestured me.
Well, so
Yonder.
Maurice did, but also
Oh.
Juliet did. But Maurice just turned around for now.
Oh, okay.
And it was going to walk away. As you ask what the destination is, he whips around real quick, slaps you on the ass again, whips back around, and starts walking up. But it's a slap like you would do to a horse to get them to
Yeah.
trot off in a direction.
I begin trotting as horsey as I can.
All right, toward the.
Whatever the
Wherever you-
slap gestured me, yes.
All right, so it gestures you off into
I giggle like a girl the whole way. A manly girl.
Amanda girl. So heading off into the back room, you are immediately just accosted by the smoke smell. There's just this crazy strong,
Twice in one night.
right? There's a crazy strong scent here of dragon's blood. That's what it's called, right? Dragon's blood. That's what I called it?
Yes.
Yeah. The weed, right?
Drugs again. Okay.
Yeah.
Dragon's breath.
Breath! Dragon's breath, that's it. So, there's a strong smell of dragon's breath out here, and it's very heady. You get kind of a little bit of a high as you walk
Weed is
in.
not going to be hotboxed.
Right.
Ode's not weed.
Weed. So as you start walking down there,
Wow, Freudian.
one of the women who's walking back in or around this area, who's topless by the way, they're all topless, notices you and sort of escorts you into their little area and sort of shoves you in because you're like sort of wandering around all confused and giddy right now. So she shoves you into like between two curtains. So as he's talking to you, all of a sudden Nulian comes like being just tossed into this place and stops. So you're in the middle of a maybe 10, maybe 15 by 15 area, relatively small. It's pretty cozy in here.
Kind of like this.
It's smaller than this though, so I'd say 10 by
Okay.
10. Maybe, yes, like 10 by 10 I'd say is good. There's one man you can see who's lit a few candles behind him, who you recognize probably because you were in here before, right? You
I
were
don't know
playing.
where we are.
Yeah. So, well, I mean, you were in the tavern before.
Oh, so this is the same building.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah. You were in the tavern before last time when Harold talked to Richie.
Mm-hmm.
So this is Richie. This is the guy who was at the tavern, the bar, talking
Okay.
to Harold. He's sitting there. He's got just like he's got some papers near him. He's got a pipe near him. He's got some candles behind him. Off to your, like he's right in front of you. Off to your right is the 4 men who were playing cards, the halfling and 3 humans. And then off to your left is a couch with these 2 on it.
And that would be another person in our party.
Lord Salts, pleasure to meet you again.
Pleasure to meet you as well. Though privateers aren't lords.
Well, so may it be. I believe we've returned your stein to you.
Yes, you
Unaware
have.
that there was blood and guts in it, though.
Whose blood and guts?
A Hydra's blood and guts.
Oh, delicious. I've had some of that, not by choice, but
I do have a question for you.
Yes.
Was the
Would you like to fill your friend in first, or do you want to ask a question?
I'm sure he's quite full.
yeah, I'm walking very weirdly at the moment too.
I'll wait until he sits down.
I may not be able
may not
to
sit down.
Okay.
for a while, my dear.
Just do something.
Just do.
What's
Did
your
you
question?
set up the entire card game for us, or was that just something that happened?
Yeah, we set it up for you. Is that really that hard to believe?
Well,
It's all
no,
my
I just
money
wanted.
anyway.
I just wanted to ask.
Okay.
Anyway, Richie Salts has asked us to go with him to Contier in the spring.
To Contier.
To Contier.
Where is Contier?
It's
Far to the east.
Far to the east. Okay, well,
It would take us a couple months to get
I am at your disposal.
there. It would get us closer to solving this riddle of the stewards of nature, even though that we have limited Prometheus the threat. I do not believe that is quite necessary. However, it seems intriguing nonetheless.
Is there anyone else that was in charge of the stewards of nature, possibly?
As far as I know, Anetheus was their primary leader.
Was he your god?
He became so. It wasn't my intention to see him as such, but I think I was under some suggestion, and therefore lost control of my own mind and capabilities in following him. But I would have to say I must take responsibility for allowing that to happen and not seeing what it was to begin with. But we believe Contier is the source of the stewards of nature. Not good.
With advantage.
That means there could be like a ton of points in their stream.
Better. 12.
12. So,
Is this still? Yeah, this is moving. But damn.
so you
He's
have
parasite.
some simple basic memories of. You were indeed suggested. You were under the influence of magic for the most part, but you do have some basic memories of what happened,
Mm-hmm.
and you do remember some times where Enetheus would sort of like kneel down and pray in front of a statue. You don't remember what the statue looked like per se, but you do remember him saying Thara's Doom. He was praying to Thara's Doom. You remember him saying these 3 main phrases. Our master hails from the world beyond worlds. He is immortal and undying. This world is not worthy of his enlightenment. And thus must be raised so that a new world, a paradise, might emerge.
You guys want to destroy everything.
And lastly, I fight for a better world, not for me, but for those who come after. So you recall that as the simple, basic, like prayers and enunciations he would go through.
So now that I think about it, I do remember he did worship Thera's Doom,
Well, we assume so.
which I'm pretty sure I've heard even you, the party, mentioning the name. So I do believe Skern is aware as well.
Well, we already aware. Oh, wait, I don't know that.
But, yes, he used to chant things while praying to Theros Dune. And this strange idol that I really cannot recall the specifics of.
Do
However,
you try to?
now that I'm dwelling on it, sure. 13 wisdom.
With advantage.
Of course. 16.
16, so getting above a 15. You remember that the statue looked like that.
Oh, it was a hideous fucking thing. Quite hideous. Yes. Think of like a dragon, but with large lobster claws, very arachnid, and the face at the end of the dragon's neck is very bug-like.
The thing you're describing is not a dragon.
Have you ever caught? Well, no, it is not a dragon at all.
I know, but
Think of a dragon and then modify it with lobster claws and what looks like a distorted horsefly at the end of the neck of the dragon.
That looks, that is bringing some interesting images to my mind.
Yes, very hideous indeed.
Have I encountered such a thing before?
Fuck no.
No, okay. Wait,
we'll bring this up again
I
with
don't know.
Skirt.
No. Not once. Not
Maybe
ever.
he
Not
knows
even
what
close.
that is.
You've seen weird idols, but nothing that
No,
can describe that.
Okay. Well,
Can you draw? Can Nillian draw?
Make a deck thing. He is a jack of all trades, but that's just what gives him. As far as I know, I don't know of anything in here that
So,
is of such. He
There's-
does write a lot,
okay.
lyrics and speeches and phrases and poems.
then you can probably not draw to save his life. Just saying.
Yeah, that's how I am. I can do those poems and such, but I can't do
figured.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. Writing does not take much hand-eye coordination that drawing requires.
Yeah.
Right.
You know,
But you are a jack of all trades.
the worst part is being able to like see the thing you really want to draw and like having so much detail to it, then you start drawing it and you're like,
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I could fumble my way through. I don't know that I would be able to completely replicate, you know.
So, if you'd like to try to draw it, you can. What you'll have to do is do a d20 plus half your proficiency because you have jack of all trades, right?
Mhm.
And then plus your wisdom modifier.
Oh, that would help. I can shamble off to a corner and just say, if you'd like me to try, I can sit off in the corner and work on this for a little while and see if I can take what I remember in my mind and
well,
put it onto paper.
If it's that
Well,
important.
we can wait until Skjern's around. They'll have a better idea of what it is than we do.
Right, and if maybe what he has is descriptions and I have my visual recollection, we could probably work together to create
Right.
maybe even a near perfect representation of it.
I think that we just don't forget it so that we can bring it up to Skjern. But to answer your question of us going to Contier, I think most of the party would be interested in going.
Good.
Minus some argument by other people.
Like who?
I don't think Anna's gonna want to leave the Granzies behind. Not that you know what that is, but
Well, suppose if you.
I think we should call it a vote.
Yeah.
Because it sounds intriguing.
I agree.
And with my understanding of Enetheus, and then there were several phrases that I heard him uttering when he was praying to this creature. And they were not good. It was about essentially destroying the world we know to create a world that Theraz-Dun would prefer. So, death,
Fantastic.
destruction, mayhem, chaos, any other really horrific terminology you could come up with is quite applicable.
Fantastic. Okay.
Well,
Well,
Fantastic is not one of them.
Run one. Good try. Run one.
But maybe fantastically horrific. There you go. But yes.
What do you know of this place?
but once again, we won't be
Usually going-
leaving for months. So that gives us time to prepare.
Well,
Leave to Contier.
I would like to be heading off within a week to be able to get to the shore. Because what we need to get to is Joar. So if we get there by the end of Chima, I think we'll have time to get the ship, prepare it. I have a ship there, we just need to get it back from the authorities. Prepare it.
Wait, well, back from the authorities.
Yes, back from the authorities.
Why did the authorities have your ship?
So, so you wake up after having fallen unconscious when you tried to when you did resurrect Harold because it was a trying experience for you. Yeah. Would you want to go prepare first before you come down here?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
I mean, he's not here either.
He's not going to be here.
Oh, he's not going to be
No.
here. Oh,
We're
okay.
in the midst.
Oh, okay, cool. Then yeah, go.
Okay. So, you were unconscious after having resurrected him. You've woken up in your room, which is not where you were when you fell unconscious, of course. You've woken up in your room. Serbak has found you and said, your friends have gone to the Laughing Pegasus to speak to Richie Saltz.
Okay,
So, you can go there if you'd like.
I'll go there.
Alright, so heading off to the Laughing Pegasus, you are allowed in because you were allowed in from previously. And you are shown back to one of the back rooms. It's a smoky, hazy-filled area with.
We're now learning of, and I believe Skirn can enlighten us a little bit further once he returns from wherever he
I
went.
don't know where secure went.
But
You never know where
Theros Dune is the god, I think, that Enetheus was beholden to.
Or is that a higher power or something?
Yes.
Okay.
And a very high power.
I'm about the kicking of butt. I just thought we were just being asked to wander off so that we were less up someone else's butt.
Most likely.
I do
Wise concern.
think we should make sure that we have all of our loose ends tied here, just to like ensure that we're not leaving a shitstorm.
Oh, I had my
Find a
loose
bigger
ends tied.
shitstorm.
We're loose now.
And there was a shitstorm, let me tell you.
You know, there is a procedure.
Ooh, enlighten me. I'm all about learning. I know how to pay the fiddle now.
Really another violinist.
Oh no. Oh no.
We will call him the violent violinist. I would like to meet a pianist.
Some people call him Maurice.
It hurts in my brain. Okay.
So does the headboard.
Right?
10.
What level is Anna?
10. Maybe. Where's my character sheet? It's probably character sheet.
Right there.
Right here.
Right in front of me. Come on. I'm pretty sure it is right.
Here, I'll get rid of that.
I think
HK
it popped
level.
up the phone kids are playing in.
Checking, so.
And Julian?
11 plus 8, K, 47.
Yeah, I'm level 11.
What?
Strong.
I wish you do. No,
What are you doing?
Standing.
Why?
Because it's fun.
You found somebody else's white furniture.
Should I not be on?
I don't know.
Kurt, yeah, ask a question.
Probably find they won't go over there.
It's true. They weren't upset about it last week when I was doing this. I might be getting sick.
Scare's probably like level 25.
Yeah,
It's
it's
always
they're
like
almost
8 levels
13.
above everyone else.
Granted,
You slept in the same spot.
the shit he
Yeah.
does is worth a lot more than the stuff we do. So, the way he writes and his arts and stuff, I need to grow some more talent.
I wrote like a 5-page one at one time.
Last one.
So Rennie was having a bit of a problem when I left. So I told her that if she does not come out of the problem, that she can call us and we can grab just Rennie. Cause she was just super like needy. I think she's toothing. So I gave her Tylenol and a bottle, and that might fix it. But if it doesn't, we have to go save the day.
Did you have any of the zucchini bread?
I did, it was delicious.
Makes it
Cheers, 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 cheers.
Mandy, do you need light?
Oh, that might be kind of nifty. Thank you. Yes, I'm down. I'm
Alright,
an
we have
adventurer.
a week before we plan for the meeting.
Okay.
We haven't had them to really decide and prepare if we wish to do so, but just wanted to bring you in on it.
Is everyone totally cool with the base of the Grand Z operation still happening under our house.
We were waiting for your awakening. recovery.
Richard is competent. I trust him to handle things as long as everyone who also owns the house is okay with them staying there. I don't want to kick them out. I just am, but they're okay there.
You know, if you really wanted to, not that I'm trying to kick them out, but you could have them live in the fortress.
I think you guys would be less comfortable with them having access to all of that endless power and random information
Well, I
than
don't
their
think there's
own
endless
crypt.
power in there, but they could learn things and have more than just living in a basement.
They don't. They have a crypt. I could show you guys. It's pretty. It's like actually crypty, right?
Well, I wasn't sure. I haven't been down there.
I want to show you guys my crypt hole.
We'll be back.
Yay! Show and tell.
So that discussion.
It looks like a most likely yes. We will be going with you.
Good.
We have one last
He's got
person,
his mouth full of Betsy.
but we do believe that he is
The
more
crazy one.
interested than any of us to go on this adventure.
Right. He probably would say yes in a heartbeat.
Yes, he would leave today, I believe, if he were here.
We're going to stuff it to foul beast that runs the place. But most likely yes. We're all seeming on board and it sounds like a good plan. A land.
Bandman.
Banana.
Alright, well, good to hear. So, with the assumption that your crazy friend will say yes, I will come calling at your manor.
I think Amelia knows about
A
that.
gentleman caller?
Common color.
What? Wow. Alright then.
Well, I will make sure the guards are aware of your existence.
Oh, thanks. So I can come to the front door. That'd be nice. So, I'll come by in about a week's time then to let you guys know that we'll be leaving.
Cool.
I'll be preparing the boat.
Well, now what?
Until then, we will probably be grinding on forest rats or something for a nearby farmer or who knows what.
Don't use that word.
Grinding?
Not right now.
Oh, did he have a bad experience?
No, but
No, he had an experience.
It wasn't a bad one
Oh.
for him.
I walk up or I stand up like much, much harder than it, has always been.
You got rode hard and put away wet?
Mhm.
Yeah. And the man played the violin while doing it.
That's talent.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I've seen Zach Wild play the guitar with his tongue, but he wasn't fucking anything.
Right?
Did he have like a pick in his tongue?
No, he was just. Yeah.
So you guys can feel free
Anyway.
to indulge of the dragon's breath as it's here, or do as you wish.
I'm okay. I got clean my trade and something.
I am a musician, and so therefore I am mandated to partake in such things.
Barpos takes out it's just a small little sneaky token. He says, careful, it's hard.
It's what?
It's hard.
It hits my heart.
It's hard.
It hits your heart.
It hits me hard. Ooh. I grab and just start ripping into it.
Okay.
I go back.
Okay,
Sure.
so if he turns into a puppy dog like Scooter Girl. I don't think I'm feeling it, guys. I don't think I'm feeling it. Guys, I don't think I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it.
Scott, your hair's in the fire.
Oh, are you sure?
Like the fire's this big candle and you managed to stick some part of you in it.
You just didn't move it away from me.
We kept trying. You were scootering backwards all like exorcist.
Scott.
It didn't really affect me
I don't
last
think-
weekend until I got home.
Oh yeah.
Not home, I got to my mom's house.
Oh,
Like,
that's the best. I love playing the Do They Know game
I
on
know, right?
holidays. Can they tell? My eyes are slanty anyway. Can they tell?
Roll me 3d6.
That's how much damage you took up the ass.
13.
That's gonna take some.
Or 6, 4, and 5.
That's
Right?
fine.
You need them individually?
Yeah.
Well, that was for one thing.
Hello. Are you?
Now roll me another 3d6.
Do I need to remember
My
these?
head is moving
No.
crazy. The itching is like just wacky. Oh, that.
11.
These ones I actually didn't even.
4, 5, 2.
It looks much cooler in person. Not that it didn't look a cool picture. But
Right.
Remember where our drug stuff was.
You get a different perspective.
Just have one second.
What?
I thought that you had made the rubber band with this.
Oh no, that would be smart though.
Well, I guess I can just search this.
No, you're cool.
4, 5, 2.
I was
Okay.
actually gonna bring you some today,
You are
and then I had them in a pile and
Definitely highly addicted to
So I've got a couple.
the
of
green
those.
hobbit weed.
Although you have to be
Which
careful
is what
because they
he's-
will catch
he's
all of the
smoking.
urine. And I know
You
I'm getting
gain
coconut oil on this part of my
Proficiency
nose.
or
I
double
promise I don't
proficiency
like
if you
to
already
see
have
those
it in
there.
3 skills of your
Holy
choice.
fuck.
However,
Yes.
any skill other than those that you try to use while under these effects, you will take a penalty equal to your proficiency bonus.
No.
Please also roll
It's gonna be
me
fun to sometimes just pull up like the front ones so just the sun shows. You know, and different
3d6.
things like that. Like it doesn't have to be so in your face all the time.
Oh, where did I go? Oh, God,
I think I'm gonna have to have like the edge of the top of the eye of the feather touched up because that's where
This is
all
green
my-
hobbit weed?
Yeah,
I don't
but
think
it's-
it's damaging it yet.
it's,
but, when it gets to
he's,
the actual
I don't,
peeling,
he hasn't really
it's probably
mixed it,
gonna come off
he
too
grows
soon
his
there
own,
because
so he's
like,
been
every shirt I own his.
engineering it through selective breeding again and again and again to be
Right.
as strong
It
as
just
possible.
usually it just needs to be
Need
gone
them,
over
in
again
order or
at the
added
same
up?
time it
Whole
pulls
thing.
better 'cause it's
10.
So for the next 10 hours, you'll be affected by this.
Okay.
And I sent you a message, and
In
then
this
I
way.
realized that you had. It said you had checked it 2 days.
For 10
I was
hours,
on the phone with her.
10 hours, you
I
gain
used that as-
3
extra
skills.
proficiency. Yep, and 3 skills.
Yeah, it's totally
And
different.
all other skills take a minus equal to your proficiency.
Oh,
And you are
But I couldn't, like,
extraordinarily
fix
addicted.
cleaning bags.
You actually rolled to be addicted on every one of your addiction rolls. So this hit was equivalent to 3 hits.
That's our
All
goal
3
for the
hits you
following
rolled
week,
addiction
too,
on.
is to get the
Wow.
so, like the spring clean that
Nice.
figured it.
All I have is their junkie the party. Hey, it's been a while.
Yeah, right?
Holy
Nobody's been
shit.
addicted for a while.
I could have a 28 to deception. Holy shit.
Yep, you gain your proficiency
You know,
in
as long as
3
it's
skills of your
not in the
choice.
smoke of the fire, it's not
But
gonna
you
hurt.
subtract it
He's
from
gonna
all
have-
others.
You double it.
Fire smoke is
For-
part of
Right,
it.
if you already have, you just add your proficiency again to
Oh.
3 skills of your choice.
So just a 4 is what I add.
Yeah.
Okay.
Add in the 4.
But everything else gets negated by 4.
Right.
Well, actually, you have a. Yeah.
That
Yeah.
works. Holy shit, that works.
Right? There's a lot of, I mean, the stuff you don't use, it won't really matter if you're that much worse at it. The stuff you use, you'll be damn good at.
Reminds me of Jessica Jones with the
I'm in the middle of the road.
Like, I haven't finished that.
okay, the pills for the.
I was like watching so many things, and then I got into movies again and then TV shows. Like, I'm waiting for Daredevil to come out.
Right?
3 days now?
Yeah.
No, 5 days.
5.
Unavoidably. Like I'm being puppeteered. All of a sudden, I stand up and disappear.
Stealth.
Stealth.
Whoa.
And I want to try to pickpocket somebody.
Okay.
I start looking around and I try to find anything that is low-hanging fruit, if you will.
What's your stealth?
36.
Okay. Damn. So you just stand up and freaking disappear in the smoke. You're just gone. There's nothing shiny on you. You got nobody knows where the hell you are. Barpost stands up and also disappears. The three men are just sitting there looking around. Huh? Where'd he go? And Richie is sitting, smiling as he reaches back and touches both of his back pockets. And you can do as you wish. One of the men stands up and starts looking around. Where'd they go?
I work my way behind him,
All right.
and I start to eye him up and down.
Okay.
I'm going to steal one of his testicles.
What?
He is high. You could actually want to do that.
Make me a perception roll.
Yay, a 1.
Perfect. Okay.
Oh, and I gotta negate 4. No. Yeah, 1 plus 0 minus 4. So a minus 3.
So make me your sleight of hand check on what you want to steal. What do you really want to steal?
Well, because I've become aware that they don't have the money anymore.
They have money, just not that big pouch of money that was used for the gambling. They have their own pouches of money, yes. They also have daggers, jewelry. A few of them have rings or bracelets.
The daggers.
Okay. So the dude who stood up is Bray, the big guy.
Okay.
The deck Edison in the face.
Ooh. So, my sleight of hand. Is that what I'm doing?
Yeah.
That would be 3, 13, 17, 21.
Okay. So, as Bray is standing there just sort of looking around, he looks at Richie like, where'd they go? And Richie's just smiling at him. You reach over and you take the dagger out and go to put it like in your own belt.
Uh-huh.
So you go to put it in your belt, and that's it. You're done. Cool, good, you got it. You stole the dagger.
Okay. I quickly walk away
Okay.
off to a corner,
Okay.
away from anybody else, just to explore the dagger.
Okay. So you go off to a corner, sort of like nullify yourself basically through stealth. You're nothing.
How do you direct it?
Ooh. It's like a 12 to look at the dagger.
All right. So you reach back and realize the dagger is not there. It's gone. Looking out into the center of the room, you see Barpo's thick fingers standing there, holding the dagger you've just stolen and two others, and he's juggling.
The little halfling?
Yeah.
The little fucker. I stealth back over,
Okay.
trying to not let him see me, and
Okay.
I do worse, but it is 10, 20, 28.
So Bray looks over at the halfling and goes, "You took my dagger!" And the halfling puts them both, puts all three daggers away into his belt and just disappears right behind Bray, who's looking around. Where'd he go? Where'd he go? You're hiding. They can't see you.
I cast confusion on Barpost.
Okay, make me a perception roll to see if you even see Barpost.
Oh, true. 1.
You do not see Barpost. He's gone. He went behind Bray, and there's no reason to believe he shouldn't have appeared on the other side, but he's not there.
I look to the other two. Are they still here?
Yeah.
Frey and Bray?
Yeah.
They're sitting
Bracken
down,
Bray.
holding their valuables down to themselves. Not
They're
letting
aware
it
of what's going on?
Yeah.
Shit.
They have no idea where the hell you are. They're not looking at you. They have no idea where the fuck you are. And Bray, Bray also bends down real quick and then stands back up. Strangely.
Okay. I work over towards him then.
Okay.
And
What's your
I
stealth?
23.
Okay. So when he bent down for a second, he stands back and says, "You damn halfling! Where are you?" He has no idea where anyone is. He's just yelling and looking around.
I take that moment
Haze room.
to sleight of hand,
Okay.
feel him up. Ooh, 20 on die.
Okay.
So yeah, that's 38.
There's a pouch of what you can estimate would have around 2-3 dozen coins. He's got a bracelet on that's made of silver. It's fine. There's a few rings he has, none of them jeweled, most of them either iron or silver. There's one ring he has that's made of gold. Your quick estimate would show you 30 gold worth, maybe.
Okay.
It's a decent ring. It's not fantastic, but it's okay.
I'm more for just fucking with them
Okay.
than I am.
You got a belt, it has a buckle.
What's that?
He's got a belt and it has a buckle,
Ooh.
which could be unbuckled.
I fondle it to release it and drop his pants, if I can. I want to depants him.
Okay. So you depants him. His pants fall to the ground. He reaches down and grabs him.
What the hell's happening?
I leave him alone.
Okay.
Fun enough.
As you turn around to leave him alone and walk back, you feel this air rush by your face, and you see real quick this like glint of metal as it falls down, and you're a tang.
Dagger.
You look down to the ground. It's his dagger, Bray's dagger.
I grab it.
Okay. Give me a perception.
13.
Okay. You have no idea.
Okay.
You have no idea what the hell happened. You
Okay.
grab his dagger.
I grab his dagger.
Okay.
And I walk back to wherever they are.
Just like 3-4 feet from you.
Yeah.
Like this is a very small room.
And then I just up here.
Okay.
No stealthing.
He's back, not stealthing.
Hey!
Bray looks over. Wait! What?
I'm sitting on the
That
dagger.
was his question, by the way.
Are you okay?
Yeah, why? He's buckling his belt.
You are a girthy, stout fellow.
Huh?
Never mind.
He sits down. So I don't even need perceptions for this. You actually see the halfling drop into the center of the room. As everyone else has sat back down, he drops in the center of the room. Stands there.
Fucker
he
was
on
up
the
there.
ceiling, yeah. He looks at you and tosses you your dagger. Which you didn't even notice had been gone. He didn't have 2 daggers. He had 1 dagger, and then he stole yours, and he stole yours that you had stolen from Bray. That's what he was joking.
Nice.
So he tosses yours and business sits back down.
I wink at the halfling.
He looks confused. Since some thieves can't message us.
I look confused.
He goes back to smoking.
Holy shit.
Yeah. So, that's what happens. You guys can stay or leave or do as you wish.
Oh, really more. That was an interesting. Yeah. But I'm gonna go home before that happens.
Yeah. I'm already back as well. Oh yes, I need a rest.
Well, I would have left with Harold then. I didn't.
Alright, so that whole thing took like 2 minutes. I mean, you guys were getting up to leave at that time.
Yeah.
So, you guys have all gotten up and are heading out of the bar. I'll wait for me to get back.
Oh, what?
What's happening? Is it not being streamed?
I thought it wasn't. I checked the tubes, and it said error on the live stream. But we'll see. Maybe it just need to be reloaded. Boink. Yep.
So I don't know if this is going to change anything for you guys, but from last session you all gained 3k XP. Except, of course, I'm not in here.
3k, so now I'm plus 11. 11 plus 11.
So I don't know, so that would have been episode 22?
23.
23.
Yeah, I messed up.
3k, so now I'm plus 11. 11 plus 11. See, even though I turned the volume and the mic off, see right there, I had already turned the volume and the mic off.
So that would have been episode 22?
And yet it's still micing us.
23.
Yeah, I messed up.
I gotta go all the way into here.
So then this is episode 23? 24?
Even though I turned the volume and the mic off, see right there, I had already turned the volume and the mic off. And yet it's still micing us. I gotta go all the way into here.
Side note.
Did you tell me I have side bagging?
Side night.
Oh.
Jeez, Cindy.
Even though I turned the volume and the mic off, see right there.
Jeez, Australia. Lavinder. Winter. I don't say that. Did you record me howling?
It did. The computer did. Oh, it's raining.
It is raining. So when you return to the manor, do you try to draw it again?
Oh, the Throw's Dune?
Yeah.
Idle?
Yeah.
Sure. My skills, though. Let's see, what skills would I use? Wisdom?
Yeah.
Probably like a history?
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Ooh, man. So it's already a -3.
What did you
So
what did
11.
you bonus?
Stealth,
Yeah.
sleight of hand,
Yeah.
and performance. They were all kind of my mid-grade skills. Whereas persuasion, deception,
You know what? How about
those were
this?
my big ones.
I'll give you either advantage on a history check, which you'll take your penalty on, or disadvantage on a performance check. So you'll get your bonus on it, right? Because you said performance was one of your 3 that you bonused.
Yes.
So if you like
Disadvantage on
internally,
it?
yeah, if you internally decide that this is a performance and you want to do well at it because you're performing for somebody,
Right.
then you can draw it with your extra skills, but at a disadvantage because you're having to convince yourself that that's the case.
Hey, 14 is my bad.
Okay.
So 14 plus 9 plus 8. So 14, 17, 31.
31.
Yeah.
All right.
Yay, drugs.
Yeah. So you do a pretty damn good job of drawing it. And as such, you get this. You can show them if you wish.
You could just send in a picture to print it.
Oh hell, I'm a much better drawer than I thought. Ha! Like I said, dragon with a buggy face and some lobster claws, carrying a can of something. Oh shit, maybe that is the stein. Is that a stein? Maybe that picture.
Why? Did you look this up or did someone draw this for you?
I looked it
Why would you draw this?
up.
I'm sorry, I was drawing under the influence.
What? You were supposed to do that, but you took it and just went.
It's weird you being all the way back there.
Why?
Because I have to turn my head the entire
Well,
way.
it's because
to
there's
see you.
usually a skern there.
But there's a whole empty spot there and here.
Yeah, but then my face is at the camera and ain't nobody got time for that.
Ain't nobody got time for that. Shit.
And who wants to stare on that all day? No time for that.
Yeah, but then my face is at the camera and ain't nobody got time for that.
Ain't nobody got time for that. Shit.
Who wants to stare on that all day?
Okay, muting nothing. Muting everything does nothing. That's awesome. That's exactly what I wanted. It's like when I used to do my 3D programs, you would change something. I mean, in like grand numbers. It would be like, okay, light equals 1. And you'd render it and you'd have this image. And you'd go, okay, light equals 2. You'd render it. Nothing would change. Like, I just doubled it. Fuck. So light equals 10. Render it. Nothing would change.
This is volume out though.
Yeah, let me just move
So
on.
you want to stop the recording?
I thought I was gonna be alone.
No.
Like you want to stop the
I'm sorry.
volume recording
It's okay.
or the microphone?
I like
Right. So in other words, it's just video.
So what if you right click down
No
here
audio.
But am I gonna run over a door?
in the audio thing?
No.
Yeah. And go to recording devices. And then
Yeah.
right click on the microphone.
This is the part because I've gone in here and just been
I never
all the way
had a
down.
At
skip.
0 it still does it?
Still working.
Give a dog
As you
a
can
sock
see.
up in here.
Like if I turn this on, blah 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 blah. Although I didn't say okay. Blah blah.
Do the what you hear then. Or wait, right click in here. Go to disconnect devices.
Disconnected. I don't even know what
What is
that
this what you
is.
hear? Because like
This
so
way.
go to listen
Yay.
for levels. Make that 0.
Better every time.
What are you talking about?
The guy
Ah!
stuff.
Maybe I gotta.
This is definitely the one that's coming through. Right click the microphone again.
That's my brother.
Go to properties, advanced.
That's my foot.
Allow applications to take exclusive control of this device. Turn that off.
For guys.
Ah!
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
What the hell?
Oh no, I hate that.
How is this possible?
Crazy ways
I don't
of the
know.
Well, if you right click it, you can say disable.
That's what I've always told my.
Goes right back. Yep, goes right back. So that's a way to do it. It seems extreme.
Well, and Windows used to put the microphone down there.
Yeah.
Now, for some reason, it doesn't.
No, it's just volume.
You are set.
Because all I'd want to do is just mute. That's all I want to do.
Wow. Wait, so if you turn it off there, though, it still doesn't stop it?
Up here?
Yeah.
Random visit
Okay.
the other day. It was so fun.
That's awesome.
It was funny because
What's happening?
someone knocked on the door.
Maybe
and I was
refresh
trying to
the
get up
stream.
and
I don't know.
my
Oh,
phone
it's
was
playing.
right away, so I was like walking, and my brother answered the door. And
It
there
actually
was,
worked.
Like, this little toddler close, like hugging him. I'm like,
Aw.
But now it's not coming back.
This is a surprise,
I'm
but a
like-
good one.
How long were we disabled?
see you. Who are you? Why are you in my house?
What's happening?
Yep.
Maybe.
So it was, I do have to go in here. I do have to go in here, disable that. If I disable that, it
Some
will
are
work.
random strange children. But
So
Because
just
here I am disabling it again. It's right now.
and got bigger and closer to me, and boom, 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 all under the skirt. Like I had this giant 20-yard skirt on, and they all under there, and this old woman comes trotting after them, trying to figure out where they went, and looks at me, and cocks her head, and 3 little heads pop out at the bottom of my skirt. It was really funny. It was like a freaking cartoon. And then they just like climbed out, popped, and then ran off again. But
and specifically a human soul, as it leaves. Someone has died here. Very recently.
can I feel who it was?
You can try.
Who sleeps? What? Is that insight? Would that be insight? How about knowledge badass? I have a plus 27.
You? That's pretty sweet.
Yeah. Insight is wisdom, and I am good at that, so 11.
Nah, I'm good at that. Oh, so real quick before we do this, did the 3K level anybody? Has anybody leveled? We should do that before this, because I want to get an actual representation of the party's strength.
Also, I will have you know that I took note when I woke up that Clarence was sleeping on my belly, like his big old head and his forepaws were here, and I noticed, like, adoringly, that he was all ribby and gnarly because I haven't been awake to prestidigitate him for a while. So I'm like, oh, you need used. Come on. And I like fix him up and then have my coffee.
Have
and
your
all
coffee.
predated all that goodness.
Okay. Okay.
I would be at 111,000, so I'm still 8,000 away, or 9,000 away from any leveling.
Okay.
So no, 11.
So you did not level. Did not level from the 3K. Oh, you didn't even get the 3K because you weren't here.
I would have leveled from 3K.
You would have?
Yeah.
Oh, I have the 3K. Damn.
Yes.
HK?
Oh,
91,000,
7.
I'm pretty far away from level 12.
91,000. So you're 9,000 away. So 9. And HK is 11, right?
Yeah.
And Newling's 11. Okay.
How's the weather this morning? I walk over to the as I'm chewing on something for breakfast, right?
So it's not
Is this a
breakfast
long
time.
rest?
No.
Oh god dang it!
No, you guys have not long rested. You guys have just left the tavern.
Oh shit. Okay, so it's still miserable and shit and all
Yep,
that.
it's miserable as hell. It's cold. It's
what is
cloudy.
the 3,000 you're speaking of?
You got
Do I
Last session.
Next from last session.
Okay.
So there's a light snowfall. It's actually becoming so cold that the snow is not falling as much as it was earlier.
Yeah, I'm not even cold.
You're not even cold. What temperature are you okay to?
Ooh, I'm 11.
I'm normal as far as temperatures. I need to actually get some more weather gear.
Yeah, you're cold as hell.
I think it was. I forgot to write that part down. I was more worried about the fact that I had to be applying blood to it every 24 hours.
Just a drop of blood.
It's true. It can even
With
be your
your
own.
finger.
It can even be your own.
I know that's what she's been doing.
It's the easiest ever.
But what temperature can you get to?
I forgot to write it down.
You monster.
So terrible.
So yours is temperate. You're good up to negative 20 Fahrenheit. That's really cold, dude.
Hot.
Yeah, I go and I obtain some warm gear from the general's act. So we do the warm furry clothing.
So you're good up to 120 Fahrenheit.
Nice.
Wow.
Did you know negative 40 Fahrenheit and negative 40 Celsius are the only two that are like the same? They're the same temperature.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm rolling my hit dice.
Okay.
I got a 8.
Nice.
I want to check.
I believe.
I get another extra attack.
I believe.
Does that mean I can attack with my both swords 4 times in one round?
No.
No. So it's just.
Because your 2 up and fighting extra attack is a bonus action.
Right. I forgot that again. Okay, so that would mean. Nice.
Alright, let me decide what I want to do real quick. I'm going to have you guys do a combat, but I'm trying to decide what level and type of combat I want to do. I have one prepared, not enough. It's what I want to do. Okay, it is. So as you guys have exited and you've walked over to the side, you notice that the man is not alone. The man is dead on the side. So as you walked out of the tavern, you guys walk down the street a little bit. It's super crazy cold, dark, snowfall, cloud cover. Can't even see the moon or the stars. She noticed the residual heat and residual life energy of a dead person off to the left. And as you guys walked over there to look at him, you notice he's not alone. There are quite a few dead people over here, mostly bums, some of them average commoners. And you also notice hoof prints all over the ground, hundreds of them, hoof prints. And you hear a horse riding up towards you slowly, sort of like, what is that called? Trotting?
Mm-hmm.
Slow one. Trotting up towards you from the south. And you can hear it just crunching into the snow. And as you turn around, you see up sitting on top of this horse a fully armored man with a crossbow hanging down on his side here, and then a huge greatsword on his back.
I pull my swords out and get in front. I get in front of them mostly because.
Okay.
So just the one man so far? On a
That's
horse?
the first one you see, but
Right,
then
right.
coming behind him you see 2 more. Now his horse is covered in full barding, so his is like a strong war horse. But then behind him you see 2 more men who look strong and not quite as well armored, of course, but they look rather strong and fightery. 2 people in long flowing red robes with staves on their backs, and then 2 people in black robes that look very much like the cultists you've seen before, and then 1 man who isn't really wearing much in the way of robes. He's just wearing like a priestly tabard kind of thing with the symbol of Thardun on it.
What?
Where's
Shit going down.
There's the knight in the front, the 2 big strong dudes, the 2 red cloaked dudes, the 2 black cloaked dudes, and the 1 priestly. So, 8 men on horses come riding up from the south around a building.
Stealth.
I don't think I really have to ask them if the horse is because I only have them with theirs.
Yeah. And there's 2 cultists.
25 to stealth.
Okay.
Can I aid him by doing a thaumaturgy to make me look scarier so they pay more attention?
Sure. So,
Do you need water?
water and actually maybe those
The kids?
the kits, yeah. Can you move that?
All these
Ian?
shits kids?
Oh, I got it. 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 Yeah! I got it. I get that one. Do we want lunch before we do this combat?
What time is lunch after?
11:30. I would expect this combat to probably take the rest of the session, most of it.
Yeah, probably.
I don't know, TPKs are quick.
These can be quick. That's true.
They are total.
It's like quick. Quick with the sick.
With the thickness. Yes.
It's my business.
Why would you do that?
It was an accident.
It's an accident. Did I get you?
Well, I blocked it
Oh
with
my
my
gosh,
amazingness.
Scott.
Don't stab
Do you
my
know what a
eye.
silk roller is?
No. That's
Okay.
Ah.
If we break for lunch, I'm gonna show you a song that they did that I think.
Okay.
I suggest we break for lunch while I make this happen.
Great.
Be right back. After these messages, we'll be right back.
It's so my kids know. It's probably not ASL.
Hola, ¿cómo están?
Hello.
Estoy bien, gracias. ¿Y tú?
Works for me.
Oh, hold on, I gotta mute this.
Whatever.
They'll pop out my, what you call it?